Welcome to our channel. Today, we honor the memory of legendary actors, musicians, and other remarkable individuals who have recently left us. Let's take a moment to remember their invaluable contributions to the arts, culture, and society. Our deepest condolences go out to their loved ones and fans. We also express our gratitude for their work and achievements, which will continue to inspire future generations. Before we begin, show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel so you never miss our tributes to extraordinary lives. On April 10, 2025, the world of science mourned the loss of one of its most brilliant minds. Jonathan Michael Hargrove, a renowned American astrophysicist, educator, and science communicator, passed away at the age of 68 in Pasadena, California, after a long battle with Alzheimer's disease. His passing marked the end of an era in modern astrophysics and left a profound void in the hearts of colleagues, students, and admirers across the globe. Born on August 19, 1956, in Bozeman, Montana, Jonathan was the son of a high school chemistry teacher and a nurse. Raised in a modest household, he experienced the economic instability of the 1970s firsthand when his father lost his job. These early hardships never dimmed Jonathan's curiosity. As a child, he built his first makeshift telescope using spare camera lenses and household objects, setting his gaze on the stars and planting the seeds of a lifelong passion. Hargrove's academic journey was as stellar as the cosmos he studied. He earned his undergraduate degree in physics from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, and later completed his PhD at Princeton University, mentored by the esteemed quantum theorist Dr. Gerald Stein. His early research focused on gravitational fields and the theoretical frameworks that would later underpin one of the most groundbreaking discoveries of the 21st century. Jonathan's career took flight when he became a leading contributor to the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory LIGO project. In 2015, the team achieved a scientific milestone with the first direct detection of gravitational waves, a discovery that confirmed a century-old prediction by Einstein and opened a new window into the universe. For his contributions, Hargrove received the prestigious Breakthrough Prize in Fundamental Physics and was later awarded the Einstein Medal and the National Medal of Science. In addition to his groundbreaking research, Hargrove was a revered professor at the California Institute of Technology, Caltech, where he inspired generations of students. Known for his clarity, warmth, and passion, he mentored dozens of young physicists, many of whom now lead major research initiatives worldwide. His dedication to education extended far beyond the classroom through public lectures, media appearances, and best-selling books like Echoes of the Cosmos and Gravity and Grace. He made complex scientific concepts accessible and captivating to the public. Jonathan was also a family man. He shared a deep and enduring bond with his wife, Linda Hagen, an artist and art professor. Together, they nurtured a home where creativity and inquiry were encouraged. Their children, Daniel and Catherine, followed paths that honored their parents' values. Daniel as a bioengineer at Stanford University, and Catherine as a documentary filmmaker focused on science and environmental themes. In the later years of his life, after being diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2020, Jonathan continued to contribute to the scientific community for as long as his health allowed. He focused on writing, mentoring, and laying the groundwork for the Hargrove Initiative, a foundation aimed at supporting underrepresented youth in science. Even as his memory faded, his commitment to discovery and education remained undiminished. Jonathan Michael Hargrove leaves behind a legacy not merely written in academic papers or awards, but in the minds he shaped and the wonder he ignited. His ability to fuse rigorous science with human insight made him not just a scientist, but a storyteller of the universe. Jonathan Hargrove left behind not only memories, but a legacy, a whole era embodied in his ideas, teachings, and the countless lives he touched through his vision of a universe filled with beauty, mystery, and meaning. On April 9, 2025, the literary world bid farewell to one of its most powerful and compassionate voices. Margaret Elaine Dawson, the acclaimed American author, screenwriter, and Pulitzer Prize laureate, passed away in San Francisco at the age of 73 after a courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. Her death marked the end of a remarkable era in American letters, one defined by moral clarity, poetic resonance, and fierce advocacy for the marginalized. Born on June 15, 1951, in Mobile, Alabama, Margaret grew up in the heart of the American South during the Civil Rights Movement. Her upbringing in a working-class African-American family, her father a shipyard laborer, her mother a school librarian, instilled in her an early sense of justice and a deep connection to storytelling. The hardships of racial segregation and economic struggle shaped not only her identity, but the themes that would later define her literary voice. Margaret's academic brilliance earned her a scholarship to Brown University, where she majored in literature and sociology. She went on to earn a Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing from Columbia University, studying under the legendary James Baldwin, who became both mentor and lifelong influence. His encouragement and challenge to write what hurts and what heals became a guiding principle for her work. Her debut novel, Ashes of the South, 1997, brought her national attention for its unflinching portrayal of generational trauma and resilience in the Black American experience. But it was her 2001 novel, The Hollow Garden, that earned her the Pulitzer Prize and established her as a literary force. Through lyrical prose and profound character studies, she gave voice to those often silenced: women, the poor, the forgotten. Over the course of her career, Margaret published 6 novels, 3 essay collections, and wrote award-winning screenplays, including the HBO miniseries Southern Crossroads, which earned Emmy nominations for its depiction of civil rights-era struggles through the eyes of a family divided by history. She was awarded the National Book Award, the National Medal of Arts, and was named an officia of the Ordre des Arts et des Lettres by France for her contribution to world literature. Beyond her publications, Margaret was a beloved professor at Yale University, where she taught creative writing and mentored generations of writers who carried her spirit of truth and compassion into their own works. She was known not only for her mastery of language, but for her generosity, kindness, and ability to uplift others with both critique and care. In her personal life, Margaret shared a long and loving marriage with Richard Wells, a philosopher and professor. Their partnership was marked by intellectual passion and emotional depth. Together, they raised 2 children: Jeremy, a human rights attorney, and Celine, an award-winning documentary filmmaker. Margaret often credited her family with grounding her and inspiring much of her writing. In her final years, even as she faced the immense physical toll of cancer, she remained creatively active. She completed her memoir, What Remains Unwritten, set to be published posthumously, and continued writing essays for The Atlantic, tackling subjects ranging from climate justice to literature's role in democracy. She also launched the Dawson Foundation for Emerging Writers, supporting underrepresented voices in literature. Margaret Elaine Dawson left behind not just stories, but a transformative legacy. Her words changed minds, opened hearts, and carved space for new voices in a world often resistant to listening. Margaret left behind not just memories, but an entire era, a testament of courage, beauty, and purpose woven into every page she wrote and every mind she helped to shape. Uma Thurman was born on April 29, 1970, in Boston, Massachusetts, into a family that valued education, art, and culture. Her full name is Uma Karuna Thurman. Though she was born in Boston, much of her formative years were spent in New York City, where her family moved when she was young. Uma's father, Robert Thurman, is a noted scholar and professor of Indo-Tibetan studies, who later became an influential advocate of Buddhism in the West, while her mother, Nena von Schlebrugge, was a former model and a psychotherapist. Despite their professional pursuits being far removed from mainstream Hollywood, both parents ensured that Uma was raised in a nurturing environment that encouraged intellectual curiosity, creativity, and the pursuit of passion. From a very early age, Uma's home resonated with art and literature. Her parents, each successful in their respective fields, instilled in her a strong work ethic and an appreciation for culture. Family conversations often revolved around philosophy, art, and current affairs, exposing Uma to diverse perspectives and sparking her interest in storytelling and performance. Her mother's background in modeling and the arts provided Uma with a window into the world of aesthetics and self-expression, while her father's intellectual pursuits taught her the value of inquiry and disciplined thought. Growing up in New York City, Uma Thurman's childhood was a vibrant mix of urban energy and creative exploration. As a young girl, she displayed a precocious talent for performance. Even before she could read fluently, she was known to mimic voices and characters, often entertaining family members with lively reenactments of scenes from popular TV shows or movies. This natural inclination toward performance soon found expression in school, where Uma was an enthusiastic participant in a variety of extracurricular activities. Throughout her elementary and middle school years, Uma attended schools known for their emphasis on both academics and the arts. While she was an excellent student, showing particular strengths in English and the humanities, her true passion lay in the creative arts. She participated in school plays and talent shows and took part in local drama clubs. Her willingness to step into the spotlight impressed her teachers, who quickly recognized her potential as a performer. In these early theatrical experiences, Uma began to understand the power of storytelling and the importance of connecting with an audience through emotion and expression. By the time Uma reached high school, it was evident that her passion for performance was no fleeting hobby. She became actively involved in her school's drama program, taking on a variety of roles that allowed her to refine her vocal skills and develop a sense of stage presence. Participation in school productions and community theater projects gave her the opportunity to experiment with different characters and genres, from lighthearted comedies to serious dramas. It was during these formative years that Uma began to hone the versatility that would later become the hallmark of her career. Her creative journey wasn't limited to acting alone. Uma also ventured into writing her own short scripts and monologues. These early experiments with original material were a way for her to explore ideas and issues that resonated with her. And even though they were performed for small audiences, often just for friends or family, they played a crucial role in building her confidence and developing her unique artistic voice. After graduating high school, Uma Thurman recognized that to truly succeed in the competitive world of film and theater, she needed formal training. With her family's encouragement and financial support, she decided to pursue a degree that combined her love of performance with rigorous academic study. Uma enrolled at Princeton University, where she majored in a field that allowed her to engage deeply with literature, art, and the nuances of dramatic expression. Though Princeton is primarily known for its academic rigor rather than performing arts, the exposure to classical texts, modern theories of performance, and intellectual discussion proved invaluable to her artistic development. While at Princeton, Uma continued to pursue acting with fervor. She participated in student theater productions, where her performances often earned accolades for their depth and authenticity. These college productions, though amateur in nature, provided Uma with a crucial sandbox environment, a space to experiment with different roles, learn the craft of acting, and receive constructive feedback from peers and mentors. During this time, she balanced her academic responsibilities with extracurricular creative projects, showing an early capacity for hard work and organization. Upon completing her education, Uma Thurman entered the professional world with a blend of determination and artistic maturity. Her initial foray into the entertainment industry involved small roles in independent films and television commercials. Although these early projects did not bring immediate fame, they provided a necessary launchpad for her career. Each audition, screen test, and minor role helped build her resume and allowed her to gain practical experience working with seasoned directors and actors. One of her first notable breaks came when she was cast in a low-budget independent film that, despite its modest budget, garnered attention at regional film festivals. Uma's performance was praised for its naturalism and energy, a precursor to a larger-than-life persona she would later develop. This early success encouraged her to continue pursuing challenging and diverse roles, rather than settling for safe typecast parts. The journey from promising newcomer to recognized actor was not without its challenges. Uma frequently encountered difficulties in auditions and initially found herself competing for roles in an industry known for its fierce competition. The pressure to live up to expectations, both her own and those created by her background, was immense. Every rejection, however, became a learning experience that honed her skills and fortified her resolve. Uma's breakthrough came in the early 1990s when she landed a supporting role in a critically acclaimed independent film. Though not a mainstream blockbuster, the film's success at regional festivals and its positive reviews served as a turning point in her career. Critics were impressed by her nuanced performance, and this role signaled to industry professionals that Uma was capable of handling complex, emotionally rich characters. Building on this breakthrough, she began to secure roles in larger television productions. Her early television appearances, ranging from guest spots on popular sitcoms to more serious dramatic series, helped her refine her on-screen presence and broaden her audience. Each project provided valuable experience and contributed to her growing reputation as a rising star in Hollywood. By the mid-1990s, Uma Thurman had become a recognized figure in the independent film circuit and was beginning to gain momentum on television. The critical acclaim of her early roles, coupled with her unique style and natural charm, laid the groundwork for what would eventually be a meteoric rise to megastardom. Though at this stage she had not yet reached the pinnacle of commercial success, every project she took on brought her closer to mainstream recognition. The early years of Uma Thurman's journey, from her upbringing in Boston and New York to her immersion in school productions and small independent films, laid a solid foundation for what would eventually become one of the most remarkable careers in Hollywood. Her story is one of perseverance in the face of adversity, a testament to the power of hard work, and an inspiration to aspiring actors everywhere. Although the period described here does not mark the absolute peak of her popularity, it is clear that Uma's dedication during these formative years played a crucial role in shaping her future success. On the brink of becoming a megastar, her relentless drive to overcome challenges, be they personal setbacks or professional rejections, her ability to continually refine her unique style, and her commitment to embracing every opportunity have all contributed to her emergence as one of the most influential actresses in the industry. Uma Thurman's early life and career formed a bedrock of a legacy that would later include iconic performances and a status as a Hollywood legend. As she continued to build on these early successes, her journey became a shining example of how determination, creative exploration, and self-belief can propel one from humble beginnings to global stardom.